gonna start this all nice and normal and natural.
No Talent Beats.
What? I said, what? I said, what? What up, though?
What's going on, Dante? How you doing today?
I'm chilling, bro. How you feeling, son?
Good. I was gonna sing a song, but you know.
I mean, if you want to.
When my love goes bang, bang, bang.
You better run for cover. What is he said there? It's gonna be you and me again.
Goes bang, bang, bang. You better run for cover. You're sweet. When my love goes bang, 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 it's gonna be you and me again. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Remember they showed the music video, they introduced that shit. It was just that. Just stop.
When I'm holding you tight, baby, you just bring. It's my love going bang, bang, bang.
Oh man, they should have canceled Wayne's Brothers.
Yo, son, they needed to keep that going, son.
Well, at least give it a proper
At
ending.
least. But you know how they do them sitcoms back in the day, man.
We're not gonna get into it.
Nah, we can say that for another episode.
We could, but what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Educated Brothers Podcast.
What's
My
going
name
on?
is LaShawn.
My name Dante. What up, y'all?
Alright, we can, yo. How you feeling, Dante? How's everything?
I'm good, brother. I can't complain too much. I mean, I can, but I think I said this a couple past episodes. Ain't nobody listening, bro. It's about getting to work, son. Don't nobody really care about me complaining.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a damn.
Like, I'll see you, Otis.
Coming to see me. They're coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Oh, damn!
Rich, you cool.
Don't nobody care. So it's all good. But me, son, I'm doing very well, son. I can't complain too much, like I said. You know, it's a good day
I woke
today.
up, it was like 39 degrees outside. And windy. Man, fuck this face.
In April.
Fuck this bipolar ass weather.
Yo, Michelle, how you doing, son?
I'm trying to prepare for global warming, nigga. I was just reading. It's fucked up because I was just watching this video on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
These scientists changed themselves to the J.P. Morgan building in New York because J.P. Morgan is like the #1 funder of fossil fuels.
Okay.
That shit is. Everyone's known for decades that fossil fuels are killing the environment, burning a hole in the fucking
Yeah,
ozone
Captain
layer.
Planet don't like that shit.
He don't. But yet, dumbass Trump turned around so much shit in those 4 years that he was able to fuck the planet up worse to the point where NASA scientists are literally saying if we don't go back to what we was doing prior to him in 3 years' time, we're fucked. And people want to be like, well, you know, man, it's not going to affect us. So fuck everybody else, right? Niggas is selfish, bro.
First of all, you said 3 years. Anybody who said that shit, like,
No,
what you planning to do in 3 years?
The effects that is going to take place within these 3 years, the real dramatic effects of it probably will happen after our lifetime.
Okay.
Like, for example, if shit goes the path...
Well, I knew about that.
Yeah, if shit continues to go on the path that is on, most of Manhattan, all of Jersey City, Hoboken, all those Hudson County cities are going to be underwater.
Yeah.
Because they're all below sea level. And then all the tides are going to rise because all the polar caps are melting. And motherfuckers are acting like this shit's not happening.
Yo, son, you seen Day After Tomorrow, son?
Yo, bro, remember back in the day?
Where y'all think these things is coming from?
Remember back in the day, we get a strong ass hurricane, you won't see another one for 10 years.
Yeah, yo.
We get a strong hurricane every fucking year.
Now, I'm not saying it's going to be like 2012 where like tides or monsoons. I'm not saying it's going to be just like that. But yo, y'all think these movies just like pop up out of thin air, yo? They take stuff and exaggerate it.
No.
Yo, I'm not saying it could be just like that, bro. But yo, y'all go ahead and buy them $1 million a month apartments in New York City.
I say it every episode, and I'm gonna say it again.
You gonna call stupid?
Motherfuckers are stupid, bro.
See, that's funny, because you're dumb.
No. No. Now he finally admitted, y'all, because any other time he says, "Oh, I'm not trying to call nobody stupid." There you go. These are his true colors, y'all. This is what we want to see. So be real.
Motherfuckers are stupid, bro. Like, it is. You got me no fucking scientist to see that shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be this cold in April.
Nah, honestly,
It's not.
No, real talk. It shouldn't have been this cold starting in March. Because remember when we was younger, March wasn't the coldest.
Yeah.
It was getting a little bit warmer.
Right.
By April, we was hitting at least 60 consistently. So
I remember dorming in college at 21. In March, I was literally outside in my basketball shorts because it was fucking hot.
yeah.
And no, I wore a fucking trench coat though.
Yo, bro, I had to still wear my house coat. I call it my house coat because it's big as hell, son. A big ass coat. I wear that coat, son. It's wind resistant, water resistant. I'll be warm as hell
This
from
nigga
my
said the house coat.
from my torso up, son.
You smoked a cigarette with the little stick.
Yeah.
My house coat. You got a pipe, nigga.
Yeah, I walk around. A whole time walking around with that coat.
With a
Hell
fucking
yeah, son.
little half,
Slippers and all that.
a
son.
quarter
Wiggling
inch
my
glass of
toes.
cognac.
Swishing it around like this while I walk through the city, son.
Fucking high class, you uppity ass.
Pinky out while I swish the cup, son. Super exuberant, you know what I'm saying?
You said you tasted it, but you don't really taste it. Fuck
You
out.
drinking it, but you're not tasting it, son.
Nah, motherfuckers gotta be more aware. Shit is happening. Shit is bad. I not tweeted. I wrote under a fucking Shade Room post today that us as black people, we have to stop falling into the tricks of their trade. And I don't like to group people in groups.
Group people in groups. What? That's called redundant, y'all.
Welcome to the uneducated brother.
It's like the definition of believe. What do you think believe means? To believe? Well, gee, you know what? You're right. Believe means to believe. Absolutely. Put your groups in groups, y'all.
Let me rephrase this. I don't like to put people into groups. You asshole. I don't like to put people into groups, but we have to stop falling for the tricks of the evil man. I don't believe all white people are evil. Some people do, but a good amount of them are. And the fucked up part is a lot of them are just taught, like they're raised to be that way, and you don't even realize it. So, for example, Alabama just passed that law that's basically saying doctors can't work. So I think it's like with medication with trans kids when they're like trying to transition and shit like that. Me as a straight person, I don't know what they go through. Yeah. My mindset is always going to be, so who the fuck am I to tell them how to feel when I don't know what the experience is? That's just how when people say, oh, the black man's plight is crazy, but they won't experience what we go through. Like, you can't say that.
Yeah.
So what makes me mad is it's always those one or two things that motherfuckers will always try to agree with, not realizing that those idiots are using that shit to fuel or spew more of their fucking ignorance onto the world. Let those people be, bro. Like, and it goes back to it because it's like,
I mean, they're not harming nobody.
They're not. If it's not affecting you, what the fuck do you
Listen,
care, bro?
Yo, if it doesn't affect me directly, if it doesn't affect me directly, I don't need to give it that much energy.
None.
I don't need, because you know why? I'm not involved.
And
I'm not involved in it.
So I read a comment under the initial post that the Shade Room posted about this shit, and it hit home because somebody was like, "Yo, y'all don't find it funny? Niggas want to be Republican as soon as the topic turns to fucking the LGBTQ community." And I'm like, that's real shit. Because every time it's about them, everybody be in lockstep with these fucking Ku Klux motherfuckers. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, like fuck. And then they use one fucking instance and try to make it seem like everybody's doing it. Like old girl who tried to fucking she was a man swimmer. Yeah, it's fucked up for her to do that, right? But that shit don't happen a lot. It don't happen enough for you to be like, oh man, they need to stop. It does not happen. That shit does not. And that's what makes me mad. That like social media has a lot of good things about it. You get to network with people that you can't be around. It makes the world smaller, which is good. I like that. But there's a lot of bad things, negative things about it.
Yeah, because there are people in the world.
Because people don't realize algorithms are a thing.
Yeah.
So if you constantly watching the same shit, that's all you're going to see. So you can't sit up there and think like, oh man, this shit must be happening a lot. If you're reading the same fucking story over and over and over again.
If it's the same story, all it is duplicating the same thing. Don't mean there's multiple occasions, it's just the one.
I challenged somebody who said, oh, they need to stop. I'm like, yo, in the last 3 years, can you name me 10 times that something like this has happened? and they couldn't even Google and find this shit. Now, obviously, it's happened before, but not at the clip as they're trying to make it, because they're not trying to become fucking trans. They're not trans because they want to win a gold medal, motherfucker. You think they care about that shit? Like, in every group in this fucking world, there's always going to be that one or two people who are going to try to fucking abuse the system. It's how, like, that fucking black kid who died on the ride in Orlando, and that girl went out there talking about she was his cousin.
That was wild.
Everybody's always going to try to abuse the system when they can. Like, you feel me? But yet, alright, so since she did that, we should just assume that all cousins ain't shit. Oh, look at all my cousins in the face.
Yeah, word. like, yo, son, all my cousins, like, nah, don't go around claiming fake cousins. You know what I'm saying?
Like, but that's my
I ain't gonna hold you, though, that for that particular, I know we have another topic we want to discuss, but for that particular story, son, it's to me, it's hilarious in the sense of, like, bruh.
She was out there, crocodile tears and everything.
Because see, this is when it gets tricky. When that's what I'm supposed to use. Yeah, when they were a man, they wasn't really that good. And then they jumped into the women's division and then, like, that's the only reason why. Because granted, if they would have did that and still been at the bottom, wouldn't nobody have cared.
No.
The only reason why is because they won.
That's it.
So, I mean, you seen that episode of South Park?
Yeah, no, which one?
The Macho Man
I
episode.
get to watch it.
Alright, y'all. Those of y'all that are watching or listening, check out. You know what? Y'all do your own due diligence if you want to check it out. It's an episode of South Park that, for my dark humor, is pretty funny. I don't know if all y'all gonna find it funny.
Really touchy.
It's one of those where if you find South Park funny, you'll understand the comedy behind it. But if you take things very serious, don't watch it because you probably gonna want to try to cancel stuff and all that. And I ain't got time for all that. It's not that deep. Just jokes, y'all.
But listen, like, it's like, do I agree that it's wrong for him to? And I'm only saying him because I truly believe that one particular person used the trans community for their gain, and that's wrong. You feel me? Because he swam as a man, couldn't make it as a man.
That's what I'm saying.
And but some people do that. They want to win so fucking bad they'll do anything for it. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a movie. Where I think people get these ideas from? Juwanna Mann is a real shit. Niggas would do that if they had the opportunity.
Juwanna Mann.
Like,
Juwanna Mann. Juwanna Mann. I love you, even though I guess you're still a man.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars to play in the WNBA.
Yo, you heard? I forgot which comedian. Was that Dave Chappelle? Said, yeah, it was Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Said LeBron James decided he wanted to put on a wig and go to the WNBA.
But if I could go to New York right now and find 3 niggas like, yo, I pay you $600,000 for 2 months. You just gotta dress up like a chick and go play basketball. You think you gonna say no?
Nigga, $600,000. They'd be like, which dress you need me to wear one night? They would win.
Hello?
Call me Mrs. Doubtfires.
You watch Snowfall?
Yes.
Somebody walking like, what a bitch? Where the titties?
Yeah, it's bad as hell when he watches that party.
Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties and the
I
bitches?
can see some titties. Where the bitches at?
That was Jerome, right?
That nigga was mad. He was like, that's some bullshit. I can't see some titties.
Yo, son, Jerome's character is mad funny.
He kicked the door. He was like, where the bitches at? And there was 2 niggas fucking. He was like, we came in to see some titties. Yo, you gotta put that in the edit when this shit comes. So you gotta.
I definitely will, son. I definitely will, son.
Because I'm getting into Snowfall now. I'm on season 4. So
okay.
I saw that episode like 3 weeks ago. I was like,
son, Snowfall's a good show, bro.
He kicked that door like, what the bitch is that? I'm here to see some titties.
Son, Jerome is bad angry, son.
But
Yo.
that nigga is crazy. But man, that shit just threw me completely off. That's what he was getting at. But my thing is,
Yo.
people gotta let these people live. And then going back to the original train of thought and why I brought that up is that we have to stop siding with them when we feel like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
A broke clock is gonna be fucking right twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
But that don't like it's the shit that Trump apologizes. It's the shit that people used to be like, oh man, a lot of the things he says is fucked up, but some of it is right. No, because the bad parts don't outweigh the good parts don't outweigh the bad parts. He's still a shitty, racist, misogynistic ass motherfucker.
Absolutely.
So I don't give a fuck what he says is right. I can't rock with him because he's all the way fucking wrong.
Yeah.
And I hate people who are like, oh man, you know, but he's doing this, doing that. Kiss my ass. Everybody.
In terms of a person, he's a shitty person. Like it just is what it is.
Like, and I've spoken on it. I've lost friends over this man because I can't rock with it, bro.
That's a whole different type of mindset.
And if you truly believe that Trump is it, especially as a black person, to me, I just feel like, I don't want to say something's off, but something in your life must be completely different for you to feel like.
Because when he was in, everybody at least who I talked to, that was in that whole, oh, I'm with him. That's all it was about. Money. Everybody cared about, but we doing well financially, blah. Because
the crazy part, a lot of the shit that we was doing well in, he had nothing to do with. Because he tried to, people forget, as a president, right, your power only goes so far. That's why I please, people, please, go vote in smaller elections. Vote for your local leaders, vote for your mayors, vote for your council members, vote for your senators. That's who runs the fucking country.
Yes, we know the figurehead.
Every time the president tries to do something, who do they have to run back to? Congress. Vote in your fucking smaller elections. Everyone wants to do the most fancy thing, which is president, because, that's the leader. I get that. There's no reason in the fucking world why we can have almost every adult in this country vote in the last presidential election, but subtract almost 100 million off that number in the midterm elections. It shouldn't be like that.
The little mayoral election.
Not even
like
for senators and shit.
Yeah.
Not realizing those are people who are going to be able to push the numbers. There's a reason why when Obama was in office, that his last term, he couldn't get a lot of shit out like he wanted to, because the Republicans pushed for their fucking you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they're
they're
people, bro.
I was trying to say another word, but
that's what it is. It's they people, son.
They push for their fucking people to go and vote in those midterms so they could basically check and balance what Obama was trying to do. And they literally tried to go at this man even for like everything he tried to put across, even if it was shit they agreed with. They just didn't want him to do it because he wasn't them. It's not fighting fire with fire, but when you see something, it's literally right versus wrong. And if the wrong side of things is going to constantly keep pushing their agenda so fucking hard on us and making sure they're doing the things so they can keep pushing it, why aren't we doing that?
Yeah. Why aren't we doing what our due diligence to counteract the stuff that we have going on around us? Because we have a lot more power than we even give ourselves.
Because this is all motherfuckers like to do. They chatty patties.
Nah, so get chatty patties, son.
Chatty catties.
The idea though is, it sounds great when you say certain things, right? Remember when Diddy came out with the whole vote or die thing? That whole phase, everybody was on it because what? It was cool. And then after that election,
it died.
They chose the die route.
So and that's you can't.
And again, it's not, I won't say everybody, but we see what's happening, right? And then is when people get in office, the people who complain like, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that. It's like, well, yes, I know you feel like, some people feel like one vote doesn't change anything. But if 100,000 people all feel like one vote don't change nothing, that's 100,000 votes.
You know what fucking always kills me with that mindset, especially when black people say it to me. Why the fuck you think they fight so hard for our vote if it didn't mean nothing?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. And if you're the only one that thought like that, no one would have a problem. The problem is there's more than just you. So when it's just the one that says it, you're not the only one. People think they're the only ones that are going through everything. I'm the only one who made this or did that or did. We are all collectively doing something. And sometimes what we do overlaps one another. So you think you're the only one with that idea?
Listen, it's a reason why.
Come on.
It's a reason why every time fucking Trump dumbass has a rally, he always spots and puts about like 6 or 7 black people in the area so the camera could be directly on them, so it could seem as if
Like, where's Waldo?
like yeah, but in the, you got a fucking piece of spinach on your teeth, you gonna see it. That's what it look like. So it's like he's purposely putting them in that spot so they're like, oh yeah, black people rock me too.
Yeah.
Like, look at my remember that shit? Remember that
Look at my African
Look at my
American
African right here.
Look at me! Look at me! Like,
Bro,
come on, bro.
we gotta do better. We gotta stop falling for the whoop-de-whoop every time they do some shit that we think we agree with. Even if we do agree with, deal with that shit afterwards, bro. Because those people don't have issues with us. They don't. Those, to my knowledge, those people don't have issues with anybody.
Ooh.
The LGBT.
Oh, I mean,
Always say it wrong.
it's LGBTQ or L. There's those 5 letters. Well, actually, there's more, but that's the one that we know of.
All I'm saying is, and then for the folk, we done got completely off what we want to talk about. We want to speak on it anyway.
We did.
For all for other folks who like, oh man, they shoving it down our throat. You know what kills me with that? Why is it hard for people to realize? No, it's not hard. People understand that representation matters when it matters to them. Soon as it's supposed to matter to somebody else, it's a fucking issue. Like, oh my God, yes, it's so great to see my brothers on the screen. Like, Black Panther came out. Yeah, that's shit. Black superheroes. They'll make a gay superhero.
Nah, but see, the problem is they're not making a gay superhero. They making superheroes who had nothing
See,
gay or bi.
You're
It's
right.
Like
and
that.
That's wrong.
That was
I
like,
don't-
they
I-
even had no orientation.
I don't
to
agree with
begin
that. I don't agree with that. But a lot of that shit was just talk. They
Yeah.
didn't actually do that.
Mhm.
So now, but they put. I know companies usually will put out some shit just to see how the public will react to it. So what you're telling them is that when they do shit like that and they make fake rumors up like that, what you're now telling them is that, oh, if we make a gay superhero, we're not going to accept it.
Yeah, they even talked about that in The Boys, but I think it was more. They more like tried. You see The Boys,
Yeah, I
right?
watch The Boys.
They tried to
Boys is a fire ass show.
word when they did it for I can't remember her name. Their version of Wonder Woman. I can't remember her name. But when she
Star
went-
Crunch.
Star Crunch, same.
Who would that be? But go ahead.
No, I'm just saying when she.
Man, you don't even forget her name.
I really forgot it. Son.
Maven.
Maven. There you go. No, was it Maven or Maeve? I think it was just Maeve.
He called her Maeve.
Y'all, it's gonna be an edit somewhere, but I think it's Maeve.
Okay.
But yeah, like I was saying, her when she came out and they found out, or when Homelander found out, what the first thing they did, turn that whole thing into a propaganda, and they ran with it like that. So when you think about it in that regard, I don't have a problem with it because to me it doesn't. I don't care. Like, are they saving the day? That's the whole purpose of a superhero to me.
That's it.
The whole thing of like. But it all happened when everyone looks at certain superheroes like, oh, they would be good together. You know, Batman's always got the baddest on his arm. He messing with Catwoman.
I don't know. Batman always had little boys around.
Not well. Hey.
What's fucking Chris Hansen?
Son, that's who Alfred should have been, Chris Hansen, because then we would have known them little boys were safe. Like, yo, nah, they good. I'm making sure everybody good around here.
Robin little ass daddy.
Because Alfred just be like this, like,
You
nah,
thought
Bruce Wilding again. Let me close this door real
you
quick.
thought that nigga was his son? That nigga was calling him Zaddy.
But where I was going with it was like, I see why people feel like it's like being shoved in their face, but it's all. This is the media world that we live in.
No, but if you don't like it, don't watch it.
And don't turn the page, turn off the app, whatever it is. I agree with that.
You know what kills me the most
I agree
about
with
that shit? When people be like, oh man, they're forcing it on these kids. It's gonna turn them gay. You cannot be turned gay. Fuck. It's either you are or you're not. I don't know about you, D. I never woke up one day like, man,
Nope.
I wonder what sucking a dick feels like. What the fuck?
All I know is when I watched movies when I was younger, before I even knew what sex was, I'd see women on the screen and go, man, she's beautiful. Something's happening, but I don't know what this is. But I like the way she looks. I ain't never look at no man and go, you know what? I like the way he. You know what I'm saying? That never happened to me. But again, that's my experience.
Yes.
So to your point, yes, I don't necessarily agree with the whole people be like, nah, it's because it's all in our kids' face. It's like, honestly, real talk, like real talk, be a better parent.
Yeah, and
Because I'm not going to be, honestly, the only way you're really going to see a lot of this stuff is through media of like visuals, TV, YouTube, and all that. If you don't
They're
have
not putting that shit on
parent
TV.
locks, if you have locks on it, only let them listen to certain radio stations, like I find it very hard to believe that you can blame the whole world for your parenting certain areas.
Because it's easier to do that.
Like, come on, son, that's a cop out.
That's
bro.
and it's
That's a
easy.
cop-out.
It's easy for them to do that because mentally they don't want to accept the responsibility.
Yeah.
They don't want
That's
to
a
hold
cop-out.
themselves accountable to be like, oh man, I fucked up as a parent. To them, it's like it's easier to just say it's that. Now understand it. Well, maybe that's just your fucking kid, and that's why I applaud D-Wade because he said it straight up. I don't understand what she's going through. But the worst thing I can do as a parent is fight her on it. Because I will never know.
Yeah. That's not his experience.
That's not his experience.
All he can do is listen.
Straight up. Because now, what's the excuse there? Because I'm pretty sure D-Wade wasn't force-feeding his fucking daughter. Excuse me. I'm just saying for how it was. I'm pretty sure D-Wade wasn't force-feeding his son trans shows. You feel me? I'm pretty sure she didn't watch fucking, what's that shit on FX? I come watch this stuff on. Polls?
I have no idea.
It's a
I watch
trash
Snowfall
show.
on Hulu. I only watch it on TV.
But I'm pretty sure he wasn't sitting there watching that shit with her. And she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I want to be that." No, like that shit just happened.
Yeah.
And the shit that I always go back to, and I said this a couple years ago to one of my friends, and they looked at me like I had 6 heads. In the process of what makes a person, as they're, somebody fuck, somebody shoots up the club. The fucking sperm turns into, we know the whole process.
The birds and the bees, yeah, so we know.
Why is it so difficult for people not to believe that something just different might happen in that process to make somebody just go different? Now, I used to say wrong, but I feel like that's fucked up. I don't want to use that terminology. But why is it hard for people to fathom that instead of it making a boy or a girl that it can just go in a complete different way? Nothing in fucking life is perfect. Nothing in life is 100%. Why should that be 100%? You feel me? I don't understand why people can't think like that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just... For me, when it comes to it, I don't know. I don't comment on it too much, left or right, because I don't understand it. Like, my thought process...
Because it's not your experience.
Exactly. So, I will never tell, like, that's why I also don't necessarily... I'm not going to be on the demonized side of, like, oh, no, fuck that. But because for me, it's like, I don't understand it. I don't necessarily think that way. But that's how I think. I don't know how other people think. Right? So, for me to... Do I believe that there are a lot more of that community coming up? Absolutely. But I don't know why. I'm not also doing research behind it. So it's one of those things where, oh, y'all here too? All right.
But
you know what I'm saying?
And that's how it should be. But people from me who like to stand up, because I don't, you know how we were growing up, I don't like bullying.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see shit like that happening, to me, it just feel like motherfuckers trying to bully people.
Yeah.
I did my research on it. That shit was demonized for centuries, for eons. You feel me?
Well, there's a lot of things that were demonized for centuries.
So imagine getting to a point where it's still being spoken down on, but accepted to a point where, all right, we can still live full lives and be comfortable, right? There's laws in place now that says you can't fuck with me because of that. All right, we're there now, so now I can represent my people on screen, on stage, on play, in books. I can do that now and show these kids who are killing themselves to try to be something they're not, to be happy with themselves so they can see like, yo, you can become this person. I don't get why people can't grasp that and understand that's what's happening. Not the other way, or they're trying to force these kids to be gay. No, motherfucker. Because truth be told, everyone starts having their sexual urges at different ages. No one start having it at the same time, you feel me? I started having my sexual urges, I want to say when I was around like 9. Understand? Now, people might hear that and say that's young, but when puberty hits, it hits. You feel me? But right then and there is when you're going to start to know, like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like.
Yeah.
So kids at that early of an age can tell when they're different from everybody else. You feel me? So they'll know, but they just can't speak on it because they're being told it's not right. It's for the same shit. It's for the same shit. A dad will get mad if they see a little fucking 2-year-old son playing with a Barbie doll. You think that 2-year-old knows what he's doing?
That's just a toy.
Exactly.
It's just a toy.
It's just a fucking toy.
Just playing with a toy.
That's it. They're not
the toy
thinking like,
that's
oh, dress. They're not thinking that. You're making it that. It's a problem to you because you know what it is. Because you and your ignorant ass mind thinks that him doing that is gonna make him soft or sweet when he gets older. That's a crazy ass way to think, bro. Like, because it's not, oh, somebody's gonna turn you that. It's either you are or you not. And I tell people all the time, and I'm gonna say his name because I truly believe that he's gay. This is why I don't like Lil Boosie.
Oh yeah, I remember your theory on that.
Lil Boosie is gay, bro. He hates it so much because he knows that it's him.
Listen, I don't argue it because he do be going out of his way. My man's
He too straight, bro. No, fuck that. He too straight. And people are like, what the fuck does that mean, bro? This nigga got kicked off of IG like 3 times for showing pussy on fucking live.
So he puts lips on live for 1,000.
He was on live 2 weeks ago with his son, strippers and shit, playing with their pussies and shit, having his son touch me and shit. That's too much, bro. It's okay for you to over-sexualize these kids when it's straight, but imagine if gay people was doing that shit.
He'd have been up in arms, bro.
That's my thing, bro. And we're straight men, you feel me? Imagine that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas ignorant.
Nah, that's
like, no, excuse me, that's not ignorant. Niggas is ignorant. Bro.
ignorant. IGNANT.
Like, and that's another one. Like, when people be up there, like, yeah, Boosie, if I can't fuck with you if your bad outweighs your good, I'm not fucking with you because you need to fix the type of person you are because you're doing more hurt than good. You think you're speaking on real shit when you just being stupid and spewing more ignorance and hate into the world. Let those people live their lives. Oh, I ain't got no problem with these people. You always the first one to speak on shit. That shit blows my fucking mind.
I don't even know nothing that's going on, and then here you come, and it's like, oh, that's what happened.
Like, fuck.
He's really upset about that.
Like, and niggas be trying to defend it. Leave my niggas alone, bro. And then, like, don't get me started with overly religious people. I love the Lord. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. There was a lot of gay people in that Bible.
Listen, wasn't the Romans, the army, wasn't their tactic to get the soldiers to really bond together like brothers? They had a method.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? We kind of took a left turn.
Medium left. Listen to my calls.
We can talk about that
Another time, son. We can take that another time. It's all good, son. Because honestly speaking, like I said, it doesn't really bother me ultimately because your original point was about the swimmer, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure we bringing that full circle because I ain't want to go far down.
No. My original point was about the law that Alabama just passed.
Yes.
And then Florida has something similar. And then this is what I mean by you can still be on the opposite side and still be a good person. Mm-hmm. The governor of Utah is a Republican. Mm-hmm. He came out and said, I can't make a law like that. And they asked him why. Because he was like, I know that the girl, the swimming girl, instances like that aren't happening enough. I do know trans kids are killing themselves at a heavy amount.
Yeah.
So why would I create a fucking law that's going to increase that number? Why would I do that?
It's literally like you said. It's the one instance that people are like, yo, we've got to stop it before. Because honestly, think about it. It's the mentality of, you ever watch, you watch zombie movies, right? Yeah. Every time they say like, you know, somebody gets bit, you got to kill them right away kind of thing. But what if it's just like a scratch and then you kill them for no reason? This is one of those instances where they're looking at it and they're like, no, they got the bug. No, nobody needs to be a part of this. We need to get rid of everything. Please stop them from doing this right now. It's like, bruh, that's one instance that at least we know about in terms of this kind of a grand scale.
And we know who thinks like that. They're from the mountains of Caucasus.
Oh, the island of Cauca. The Cauca Island. The Caucasus Islands. The Caucasus Islands.
But no, like I said, man, it's fucked up that people can't see those people just as people and let them live their lives, bro. They're not gonna attack us.
No, they're not bothering nobody.
They're not bothering nobody.
Listen.
Let them be, bro. Like,
it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't... I get why everybody's walking around trying to be nervous, but most of the people who are upset are men, because it's like, nah, son, it's an ego thing. Nah, son, I ain't talking to no girl that used to, that got a deeper, yo, bro, like, honestly, it's one of those where, like, let's say you in a club and it does happen.
But what's the likelihood of that happening to you?
But the thing about it is, let's say it does. All you gotta do is walk away. Like, my whole thing about it is, why does everybody have to get so violent about it?
Did you see that video of the dude dancing with the chick at the party? And he was like going ham.
Yo! Didn't he kiss? He kissed her, right?
Not this video, there was no kiss.
Okay.
But
I thought it was like a Spanish dude.
Nah, but he was wilding. Like,
Uh-huh.
he was all into it, directing and shit. And then the dude stood up. He looked at him. He was like, and he just walked off. He scurried off. And he was like, yo, like.
So that's why, if y'all want to pick up women, go to church. Go to church.
So the babies are us.
You know what I'm saying? Go somewhere where it's not frequently gonna air quote happen. You know, the frequency of it. Nah, because I'm just throwing out a scenario that I understand, because it's definitely a male ego thing where it's like, nah, if I'm straight, I don't want anybody to think that I would do
But it's
anything like
the
that.
scratch thing you just spoke about, because that incident doesn't happen often. It can happen, but I'm pretty sure if a trans person was attracted to like a straight person, they'd be like, you know what, I was born man, blah, blah, blah. And then it's ultimately that person's decision to make that choice if they want to do that. If it's played that way, then cool. I get it if it's on some shit like, oh, you ain't say nothing, you just gonna let me do this and not tell me what it was. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Because that's essentially I'm being lied to the whole
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
It's deeper than that. It's like, I don't trust you.
And points like that, I will understand it. But if it ain't happening like that, bro, just let it be, bro. Let it be. And people, I said this before, somebody was like, oh, because it hasn't happened to you. I'm like, I know myself enough to know if it did happen to me, I just walk away. I just gotta take that L with it.
Yo, honestly, bro, if it happens, you just gotta hold it. Because honestly, this is the thought process. Someone finds you attractive that you don't find attractive. That's literally the situation. So they are letting you know that there's an attraction, and the idea of beating them up or getting violent because they tell you that they like that's how you break it down. It's somebody telling you that now you might not be attracted to them. So your first initial reaction is, nah, I really don't like you. I'm going to hurt you, physically hurt you, to show you that I don't like it.
Imagine a dude saying that to some girl. Even if he thought like she was like semi-attractive.
Yeah.
Well, yo, I like you. Get the fuck out my face, bitch.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then he like punched her right in the titty. You know what I'm saying? Like hit her one time, like boom, get on my face. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's weirdo to me. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's one of those where if it happens to you, being a straight man, it's like that L. I'm gonna walk with it, because I'm not gonna beat you up. I'm not gonna get violent. I'm gonna just have to be like, nah, that's not for me. You know, live your best life. Power to you. I'm gonna be over here though. I gotta go this way. You know what I'm saying?
And if it did happen to you, stop being eager to jump on everything.
Oh yeah, well, see, that's a whole different scenario, because I'm not a whole go to the club and jump on something kind of situation.
Wow.
But that's again, talk about dudes. Some dudes we know in general or have seen in life, yo, brother, it don't matter. She walking, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how some dudes be out here thinking, right? She walk, right? She got a pussy, right? That's how some dudes think. So yeah, those dudes are probably gonna get caught up real quick because they always trying to be in somebody kind of face.
Listen, all I'm saying is we gotta start treating people with better respect.
That's it.
We gotta let people live in their truths and be who they are without attacking or punishing them for it. We gotta do better as humans, because our fucking world, our planet hates us. The planet is
laughing at us.
The planet is actively trying to knock us off. People don't realize the world, the Earth, is trying to kill us.
Well,
because we're fucking it up.
Yeah, it's responding.
All you Planeteers at home, remember, turn off the faucet between usages and recycle those plastics. Or else, I'll turn you into a fucking tree. Captain Planet, motherfucker.
People, I used to say shit like that and people were like, oh, that's crazy. It don't seem so fucking crazy.
Yo, nature is wild.
It's wild.
We don't know what's really going on out here. I don't speak to the ethers in the universe like that.
That nigga's not underneath these plates saying what's popping.
Yo, the flowers, for all we know, are getting together like, yo, next motherfucker that do something to the
You ever
planet.
seen that dumbass M. Night Shyamalan
Yo,
movie?
son,
The
first of all,
Half-Thing?
I like that movie.
That movie sucked, bro.
I like that movie.
I got the idea, like, the fucking trees is killing me.
Honestly, it was good up until I found out what was killing them. Like, cause when I found out it was the tree, I was like, wait a minute. So I'm just picturing, I am Groot.
You know what I was picturing the whole time? Fucking Little Chops of Horror. Feed me, see?
Does it have to be human? Feed me. Does it have to be mine? Feed me.
Little shop of horrors.
Feed me, see?
Feed me. Does it have to be blood? Feed me. Does it have to be mine? Feed me. Feed me, Seymour.
Listen, what?
Nah, y'all, but honestly.
Hold up. I got something we can take a shot.
Oh, forgot.
We're going to take this shot to equality, peace, and intelligence.
Equality, peace, and intelligence. I'm gonna intelligently grab my shot a little bit differently. Clank, clank. Peace, love, and unity, y'all.
Man, I ain't pour your ass a double this week.
Good. Last time you put me a triple shot.
But on that note,
No talent.
No talent beats. Play us out.
Perfect.